Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Real Wisdom Artificial Intelligence. So, today is July 5th, and I'm bringing you this from my early afternoon walk here in the community that I live in Bangalore. And you can see I am in my Argentina colors today. Argentina had a great game against Cabo Verde. How the real winners there were probably Cabo Verde, even though they lost the actual game as far as the score line is concerned. But the way they played and the kind of fight that they demonstrated, it was a great example of how a team of no-namers can actually stand up against the best team on the planet. How I continue to root for Argentina. That is the team I picked to win the World Cup. So it's great to see them moving on. Now, let's go ahead and get started for today. Today's dose of Rashmi is an integrated intelligence organization is immune to market disruptions because it is willing to include everything in its sphere of care beyond any perceived identity construct. So, as we've been doing throughout this month, you can see the Growth Mindset Plus Plus or Rashmi layer three of the attention identity architecture in that dose of Rashmi applied at the organizational level, and how willingness to include everything, just like that addresses an individual being able to transcend their limitations based on perceived identity constructs. The same thing applies at the organizational level as well. And that is really what we are focusing on this month. Now, in terms of a practical example of this, so we had developed during the Ventures days something called a customer segmentation framework, which is very much rooted in the typical business frameworks. When a market disruptions happen, you go around a four quadrant approach of new products for existing markets or existing products for new markets or new products for new markets. So that's a framework that we have used effectively to advise innovators on how to handle market disruptions. Today's dose of Rashmi gave me an idea of evolving this framework to be a new market customer segmentation framework rooted around the identity and how your existing identity can continue to serve existing customers, existing markets, maybe some new markets as well. However, when the market evolves, how do you apply this framework to determine what is the new identity? What is the new shared narrative that you can get behind? So I'm working on developing that, and I have a feeling that this is going to be a key addition to the enterprise mirror. So stay tuned for that. Thank you.